Hi Stampers, this is Holly from Rubber Redneck. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I'm going to be demonstrating this cute and fun little gift card holder. Now I made this project for my 4 weeks of Halloween, and this is project number 4 for those of you that have been following along. Also, you'll want to head over to my blog. I'll have a free paper kit that I'm going to be giving away to recreate this project, along with a free project sheet that you can download as well. And then there'll also be a list of all the supplies that I used and where you can purchase these through my Stampin' Up! Online store. So visit my blog, rubberredneck.typepad.com, for all those details. I'm using the fun stamp set called Halloween Treat from our holiday catalog. And then I paired it with the Cheer All Year stamp set that is from the holiday catalog as well. Now you can purchase the Halloween Treat stamp set, and it has a matching framelit to go with it. And you can purchase these two items together in a bundle to save 15%. Now to create this cute little gift card holder, this is the front. And then when you open it up, here's the inside. And then we have this little pocket where we're going to slide that gift card in. Or you can put some other fun treat in there. You want to cut one piece of smoky slate cardstock, and you want to cut that at 4 inches by 8.5. Once you have that cut, you're going to place that onto your Simply Scored scoring tool and score that at 1.5 and then at 5.5. Once you have that scored, fold over on your scored lines and then take your bone folder and crease down on that scored line. You want to do that to both of them, creating like a little trifold here out of your cardstock, and then that little flap will come up from the bottom. So we're going to be decorating this little flap here first. And you want to cut one piece of Lost Lagoon cardstock, and you're going to cut that at 2.5 inches by 4 inches. Zip it through the Big Shot with the Lucky Stars embossing folder to give it that fun star texture. Then you're going to glue this to your smoky slate cardstock. You want to just put this in the center of that smoky slate on that top little flap there. You want to cut one piece of the Happy Haunting Designer Series paper in that Tangelo twist pattern. You want to cut that at 1.25 by 3.5. Then you're going to glue this to your Lost Lagoon cardstock. And when you glue this on here, you want to go towards the top, and then you want to go in the center of the Lost Lagoon. You want to cut one piece of the Happy Haunting Designer Series paper in the Stars pattern, and you want to cut that at 1.25 by 3.75. Then you're going to glue this to your smoky slate cardstock. And you want to glue this on the bottom flap here, so fold that up and then glue that right in the center. Then you want to cut one piece of Very Vanilla cardstock, and you want to cut that at 1/2 inch by 3.5 inches. Take the stamp from Cheer All Year, ink it in Lost Lagoon, and stamp onto the Very Vanilla cardstock. Then you're going to want your little banner punch. Turn this over and take your Very Vanilla cardstock, turn this upside down, and feed this in from the top so we can notch out the end right before the happy. Once you have that part done, you're going to take some stamping dimensionals, and you want to place this onto that Lost Lagoon cardstock. So turn that over and put stamping dimensionals on each end. And when you put it on the end where you've notched it out, make sure you go in a little bit, because that's going to overhang a little bit off the left side there, as you can see. It'll hang off. So you don't want your dimensional to be there, otherwise it won't attach to the cardstock. And then you want to place this going across here. And when you put that on there, you want it so it would butt up against that smoky slate cardstock. You want to cut 4 inches of the Silver Sequin Trim. And then once you have that cut, you're going to need your glue dots to attach that to the front of your little gift card holder. And then you want to just place that, so that's right above that very vanilla. Attach that on there, and then take another glue dot and put it on the other end. And what I recommend for this one here is just putting it over here on the right side of your Lost Lagoon. Line that up, and then attach that sequin to it. And then just take your paper snips and trim off the little excess of that string that's hanging over. You want to cut one piece of very vanilla cardstock at 3 inches by 3.5. Take the stamp from Howl-o-ween tree, ink it in rich raspberry, and stamp onto your very vanilla cardstock. Zip that through the Big Shot with the Boo To You Framelits, die cutting out your awl. Then you're going to turn this over, and you want to put a stamping dimensional here at the top, and then you want to put this one down here onto the bottom. And when you put this one on the bottom, you want to leave about a 1/2 inch from the bottom of your awl to where you put your little stamping dimensional, because this part, the bottom half of him, is going to overlap onto that soft smoky slate cardstock, excuse me. And then what you want to do is you're going to attach this over here on the right side, overlapping your Happy Haunting tag. So that's what you're going to have so far. Then you want to cut one piece of very vanilla cardstock, and you want to cut that at 2.5 by 2 3/4. Take the stamp from Howl-o-ween tree, ink it in Tangelo Twist, and stamp onto your very vanilla cardstock. Zip that through the Big Shot with the Boo To You Framelits, die cutting that out. Cut one piece of black glimmer paper at a 1/2 inch by 1.5. Once you have that cut out, then we're going to glue that across the little belly band here. So you want to put that in the center, and then you're going to glue this going across your belly band. So then it'll look like that. And then you're going to want to let that sit for a second to dry. Then you want to take one of the spider web doilies, and you want to cut that down into 4/4 pieces. Once you have that cut, you're going to turn this over and put a little bit of glue onto the back here on that spider web doily. You don't need a lot, just a little. And then you're going to attach this up here in the top left corner of your smoky slate cardstock. And then you can either, if you leave these on, you'll notice that it'll come down over the label. So that's why I trimmed mine off, or otherwise you can leave that on there. What I did was I just went and I cut this around. And I just followed the pattern of the spider web. You can either cut this before you glue it if you want to cut it down. I glued it on there first so that you could see where to cut it easier. So there's a couple little options there. It'll move around because you're only gluing that little part up here, so you can still cut it while it's still attached to your gift card holder. Then once you have that sat and dried for a little while, what you want to do is turn this out over and take your paper snips, and you're just going to follow this hat around and trim your black glimmer paper. This way you get it flush with your little hat image. And I tried gluing this on there and then die cutting it out, and with the die going around, it leaves a little bit of a border, so it didn't really look very nice. So you want to be sure to die cut out your hat first and then trim this black glimmer paper down. Then it'll fit the shape of the hat better. So that's what it'll look like once you have that die cut, or cut that out with your scissors. Then you want to turn this over and take your stamping dimensionals, and you want to put one a little bit above from the bottom of the hat, and then you're going to put one a little bit down from the top of the hat. Again, the hat's going to be hanging off, so you want to make sure that you don't put that up too far so that it doesn't show on the back here. And I think I still put it up too high. You just want to do one, excuse me. So just one Stampin' Dimensional on your hat there. And then to finish off the front of this, you want to take some rhinestone basic jewels, and you're going to take the small ones, and you want to put them in the center of the little owl eyes. And then you want to take one of those iced rhinestones. These are really fun, and they're in our holiday catalog. You want one of these medium-sized ones, and you want to put that over here on the right side of your hat. So it'll look like that. And make sure when you attach your little owl here, you get this little owl down far enough so that it catches that lip. Because if you do like what I did, I didn't get it down far enough, then it keeps wanting to pop open. So you want to make sure your owl comes down here a little bit farther than what mine did on this one in the video here. Now to create the inside of this, you want to cut one piece of very vanilla cardstock at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Cut one piece of the Lost Lagoon cardstock, and you want to cut that at 1 1/4 by 3 3/4. Once you have that cut, then you're going to just put a little bit of glue going around your edge here. And you just want to go along the edge and not just go too thick, because we want to be able to slide the gift card in there once it dries. So just a little line, and then you're going to put that going across the bottom here of your very vanilla cardstock. Oops. And then that will make a little pocket for you to slide that little gift card in once it dries. So let that dry. And then you're going to glue the very vanilla cardstock to the inside of your smoky slate cardstock. And then once that dries, then you can slide your little gift card in there or something else that would be fun to put in there. This is perfect for people that don't really celebrate Halloween, like if you wanted to make this for a coworker and give them like a Starbucks gift card or a gift card to one of their little favorite places for a little fun treat for Halloween. And then, like I said, you would just close this up and make sure your owl's down a little bit farther, and then that will hold, so then you have your little gift card holder that will look like this. Be sure to visit my blog, rubberredneck.typepad.com, for that free project sheet and get in on the chance for the blog candy and where to buy all the supplies to recreate this. Thank you for watching.